Hey everybody, welcome back to the farm. So it's been a couple of weeks since you've seen me. I've been putting out some shorter videos of haying and stuff like that, but not of me doing the work. So it's just giving me an opportunity to relax. This week we are going to be putting up a new pole barn, hay shelter, tractor shelter, call it whatever you want. I call it a pole barn for lack of better terms and for just simplicity because Max. But every time I call something a pole barn, somebody's like, that ain't a pole barn, that's a so-and-so. So call it whatever you want. I'm calling it a pole barn. But since I have started occupying the hay barn, the pole barn, the shelter over at the shop for the RV and for my outdoor area, picnic area, TV area, cooking area, I no longer have a place for the horse trailer or the hay or the tractor. I could put the tractor in the shop. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to co-locate everything up here at the barn. So I added the tack room a couple of months ago, and now we're gonna add a hay barn right out here. The hay barn is gonna go right out here, and it's already flagged, and they will be here between between 7 and 7:30 in the morning. But it is going right there. And when that shelter is installed, 100% of everything that is horse related will be up here at the barn. There will be no more going back and forth 800 feet away to the shop to get stuff out of the shop. And I can use the shop for the shop and the barn for the barn. I'm filming the intro tonight, but they'll be here tomorrow morning, like I said, but I am not gonna be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed in the morning. And I wanted to tell you a few things. So like I said, I'm healing up good, I'm feeling good, no longer hurts to sneeze. I can do pretty much everything. I can sleep without waking up, and I'm getting along pretty good. But I wanted to give you an observation that, and this is just merely an observation. I don't know if there's any merit to this whatsoever, but it makes sense to me. It's plausible to me. I'm not saying it's the reason, but it's plausible to me. So you remember Miss Personality here, she got spooked when I brought her into the barn. Very uncharacteristic of her to get spooked like she was. If you remember, I told you she was running in and out, in and out, in and out, and I couldn't get her in, and every time I'd go to hook her, she'd turn around. And she wasn't backing out of the stall, she was doing a U-turn in here and bolting out. And I couldn't figure out what was going on and why it was going on and what was going on in her head. She's always been a little bit more spirited than Grace, but I couldn't figure it out. Well, I've got a water leak out front up at the street, and it's on the county side. It's not on my side, so it's the county's responsibility. And I've already called the county and told the county about it. They came out here and flagged it and marked it out. And but I'm sure they're prioritizing it, based on how bad it's leaking. Because it's not leaking into a building, it's not leaking out into the street, it's leaking into the ditch out in front of the farm. And the only thing it's doing is causing a bog out there in the ditch. Well, that ditch It's got nasty, funky water in it. And if you go out there and stir it up or ride the lawnmower by it and the lawnmower tire gets into the muck and it, you know, breaks the surface of it, it stinks really bad. It's just really swampy, stagnant, nasty water. Perfect recipe for insects that breed in nasty, stagnant water. Mosquitoes, horseflies, yellow flies, bot flies. Well, I noticed that this young lady right here was running through the pasture one day. And when she went running through the pasture, the boys ran with her, and then Grace took off running after the boys. I didn't know why she was running. I just figured they got the zoomies. And I got to taking a closer look, and I could see a horsefly buzzing around up here on her back, harassing her. Actually, I don't know where it bit her because she can hit it with her tail. But I think if it gets right up here on her, she can't get to it. She can't bend her neck around because her neck would, her mouth gets to right here. And I don't think she can get all the way to right here. And I think it was harassing her right up here. But in any event, she took off running. She's really glistening under these lights, isn't she? Look at that. Let's look at Miss Grace. Oh yeah. Got some sexy butts, don't they? I love me a big black butt. So my observation is, and the real observation came the night that we were out in the pasture and they went down into the front corner up by the street. And when they did, all four of them went up there. And when they did, they got instantly swarmed by about 8 horseflies. And the sun was going down. It was getting dark. We had maybe, 15 minutes of daylight left. And they got swarmed. So the horseflies came out of that nasty, stagnant water. Well, she got all amped up again when that happened. Started running underneath Grace's neck, trying to wipe them off of her back. That's when I started putting 2 and 2 together. What I think happened, observation, it's plausible. I think she had been getting harassed by horseflies all day long. I wasn't here to rescue her, because they'll let me smack the crap out of them, and they'll run up to me and say, hey, I got a horsefly. They'll back into me, and there'll be a horsefly right up here on their butt. But I think she had been getting harassed by horseflies all day long. You see my shoulder right there but I think she was on adrenaline. She was running from those horseflies all day long. And when she came over here, she was still on that adrenaline high. Couldn't get off that adrenaline high. And that's what she was doing. She was so used to running to get away from them. And there was none in here because the fans were going and all that type of stuff. Because since my accident, I've seen her do it 3 times, running when she can't get the horsefly, she runs from it. And when she runs from it, they run with her. They don't know why they're running, because nobody else runs. Titus will let them bite the crap out of him. He doesn't care. Max doesn't really care. Max will let me smack him. Titus sees me coming to smack him, and he'll take off and leave. But Anyway, that's just the observation on my part. Again, is it factual? I don't know. Have you guys experienced that? Let me know. So I will be back with you in the morning when they get here. What are you doing, honey? What are you doing? So I'll be back with you in the morning when they get here to install the pole barn. And it's going to be a huge addition. Once that pole barn's installed, that will be the last structure here on the farm. We'll have the barn, the tack room, the hay barn, the bathhouse, the shop, the lean-to off the shop, and the pole barn that the RV is under. So here's the barn. And then here's the new shelter. It's right outside the barnyard so that I can back the trailer in and get the tractor in and out without having to worry about any fencing or anything. They're using these mobile home tie downs to fasten it. They're using the standard 3-foot rebar that they drive in, but then they're putting the mobile home tie down. Put the mobile home tie downs on there. Pretty rocky, so hit a rock, but that thing goes in 3 feet, and then they screw it through there that way. And on the sides, they're using this 3-foot long rebar. So we're 40 feet long and we're 30 feet wide. They've only been here about an hour and a half. So here's the finished product. Took them 3.5 hours. You can't even tell they've been here other than there's a shelter here. They didn't trench up the yard. They didn't leave any garbage. Nothing. Got a ridge cap on up there. They missed 2 nail holes or screw holes and they caulked them from the top, but all the other ones they hit. And again, they put the 3-foot rebar through the leg on the top, and then they put the mobile home tie downs, they augured those into the ground. And those are 3 foot deep. And then the color of it is red with gray trim. I wanted to do gray with, but then it would have been gray with gray trim and it wouldn't have looked right. So trying to blend it in over here. So the barn red roof, which I like. And then the sun isn't being my friend right now, but the gray trim on the sides here, and that goes underneath to give it a finished look. So I've already got my trailer hooked up. We're ready to back it up. And with this red roof on here, it matches the hay shelter out in the pasture out front. The horse trailer and the tractor are finally back in a home. Got my pallets over there ready for some round bales of hay to come in. And for the first time in 5 years, everything horse related is up here on top of the hill. And then the shop and the RV are over there. And then the bathhouse. So it is laid out real nice out here. Now I just got to get to cutting this grass. I would love to turn it into hay, but it's not going to happen. I can't get the hay guy over here. So that's going to do it, guys. Super excited to have this here. It's been a long 5 years to get this place built up to exactly the way I wanted it. But every structure that I dreamed of when I bought this place almost 5.5 years ago, every structure that I have wanted to put out here is out here. So the next thing to put out here is a house, if we, ever get that far. I don't live out here. A lot of you guys think I live out here, but I don't. I live somewhere else. I'm hoping to live out here, but with the RV over there now, full residential living RV, and that kitchen inside the shop, and outdoor TV area and a fire pit area and picnic table. I can do everything. And then with the shower house down here, I'm not filling up the black and the gray tanks on the camper. So, and having the kitchen in the shop over there, I can cook the majority of the meals in the shop. So you're not stinking up the camper. So super nice. I would love to show you that over there, but I'm not going to. I'm going to keep that personal. I've got my reasons, and I'm not going to get into them here on YouTube, but that's just going to stay private. But as I said, next week I'll be showing you the bathhouse. I think you're going to like it. So I'll see you guys next week. And as always, remember who you are. Be kind to those around you. Stand up for what you believe in.